The views expressed in the following program do not necessarily represent the views of this station or its management.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Welcome back once again. Real People, Real Life, Wichita, Kansas, America. America. We have Pasa. Pasa. Look at your hair.
I know, you guys.
What
now you
happened?
know the truth. It's really straight.
Is it really?
No.
Seriously? No. That takes a lot of time.
Well, no, I'm actually doing a product review on my show, Karma Code, and it is the new infrared flat iron. And this took 30 minutes.
Whoa.
Not bad,
And this
that
is a day old.
Holy moly.
Yeah,
Amazing.
so normally when
Amazing.
I flat iron my hair, first of all, within 45 minutes, it's like
I was
throwing,
gonna say,
okay? But for sure, wherever I sleep, apparently I drill because it'll be all super curly just in one spot. But it wasn't. This, like, I think they say you can get it wet. I haven't gotten brave enough.
I haven't tried
And
that
it's supposed
yet.
to last for 3 days. So
You
we'll
would have
see.
bailed earlier
There you
today,
go.
you could have got it.
And of course, Don Landis. I know we're going to get to some of the things you went to this weekend.
Yes. Well,
You
we had a jam-packed weekend, but I think most fun I had was on Sunday over at the Dunbar Theater at 9th and Cleveland.
Nice.
They're trying to restore it, so this was a fundraiser for it. They had the Barry Harris, who's an 85-year-old guitar player, who happens to play the blues, but he plays church music, all kinds of music on that guitar. He's
From what I've
amazing.
seen, it looked like they had some pretty good entertainment.
They did.
Yeah.
Carson Mack was there. He's a guitar whiz. He's just a kid, but he's
Right.
excellent with the guitar. They had a bunch of other bands. And they had Middle Eastern dancers, which was really a
I
lot of
saw
fun.
that.
Interesting. Is that like
There.
Bollywood? Is that what that
Kind of that,
is?
you know,
Somewhat,
the belly
yeah.
dancing,
Awesome.
Belly
the
dancing, yeah.
costumes, and all
So
that.
awesome.
Yeah. That's a great workout.
I
It
love
was a
those
lot of, and
costumes.
we had our good friend Cinder Oletha Foster.
Uh-huh.
I
She
heard.
joined the Congo line. She was awesome.
I saw
I
a picture.
bet.
She was dancing. I was
Yeah,
like, right
she-
there.
I
Right
got it on
Oletha.
video.
She's like a
absolutely.
20-year-old, I swear.
I know.
She
I know.
is such a fascinating. Well, we know because we had her on the show.
Right.
Yeah. And Joe?
I'm
Hi,
continuing
Joe.
I'm continuing my war with the city. I want to invite everybody to go by 1240 South Market.
Yes, I'm
What you're
so
going to see
doing
there is
that.
a 26-unit apartment complex that I had here a few years ago where we were trying to do repairs, much like we're doing with our fourplex, and the city came along and got in our way. So you go by there now.
1240 South?
See how pretty it is
1240
now.
South Market.
Okay.
And now you go by, and of course, all the windows are out of it, and I'm guessing it's full of homeless people, and nobody lives there. This is the result of what the city does with their central inspection and their ridiculous guidelines for repair. When somebody's actually trying to repair a property in a low-income neighborhood, the city will do everything they can to stop it and create what you see at 1240 South Market.
I'm so
I
going to
invite
check this out. We've
everybody
talked
to go
about
by
it.
there and take a look
I
at it.
think
That's
you
the end
just told
result.
like all the homeless people where to go.
That's okay. I mean, had they left me alone, the background to this story is we were doing repairs on it.
beautiful right now.
$30,000 into plumbing. The city comes along and didn't like what we were really doing. They wanted us to work on something else, so they placarded the building and killed its ability to make any money. No investor is going to come in with a ton of money on a property in a low-income neighborhood where it's not going to give them a return on investment. You have to do it slowly as the property can afford to pay for itself. They wanted to stop that because it didn't fit their little schedule, so I sidestepped the thing. It went right back to the previous owner who did nothing, and the end result is what you now see there on South Market. Wonderful thing, and now the city's wanting to do it again with several other properties, including another one that I have on Main Street. The city just wants slums. That's all I can figure, because you drive around these neighborhoods, you see a board propping up a porch, and it's been there like that for years. But as soon as somebody's building a new porch, well, no, the city's going to be in the way and make sure that that can't happen without having to make the cost beyond what the property is worth. So
We had such success
It's
with
upsetting.
with the public utilities. Why don't we see if the city inspection department would want to come on?
I think that,
You know, that's a brilliant idea. I don't know that we'll have
you.
you as a host on that show.
But
Yeah, I think we should.
I think
A boxing
We might
class.
give you the day off.
Well, I'd like to know why they're doing that. Why they're creating slums when we
Well,
got
I would
good.
like an answer to it. I mean,
That's all.
I
They
believe
want
it created
they
a
want
question,
They
and I
want
would
a place
like
for
an answer.
people to go, I guess, is all I can figure.
Right.
They want all the undesirables in this little neighborhood where they can barely afford $300 a month. And if you're trying to fix that, oh no, we can't have that.
Well, I'd like to hear the other side of the story because I'd like to get that problem fixed.
Jane Benyon is the inspector's name. Not sure
Oh
that.
my goodness.
Okay, we'll
James?
make sure we
We
get
have
it.
some
Write that down. Let's
listeners
make
that
sure
have
we
free
get
time,
it.
I
Jane's a
believe.
woman.
And
Get a hold
that
of
might have
this.
gotten a
Oh,
phone.
okay, Jane
We'll get a
Bunyan.
hold of that person.
Like Paul Bunyan.
Wow.
They're
okay.
dragging me to
You know, that
court
would
on the
be
21st of this
interesting.
month over the
Well, that might be an
fourplex
opportunity to invite them to the show.
we didn't have it painted fast enough to suit them.
I think we should probably wait till your court date before we have them on,
Oh,
because nobody's going to be able to comment on anything if
Because
there's
it's
a pending
current or
legal
something.
action.
I'm commenting on it.
Well, you can
Meet
comment
us in
on it.
court. We have to go to environmental court because
can comment
our
on what
paint
you want.
wasn't fast enough.
Well, we need to be down there to support you.
Yeah.
Cheer you on, my friend.
Exactly. So the 21st.
21st, yeah, and then unless the attorney gets it pushed back,
Okay.
that's what
That's
they're
like
trying
next
to work
week?
on. But
Did you say
I just
October or
say I
November?
hand it to my attorney and let them deal with
What
it. 'cause
month?
This
It'll be
month.
Oh, that's like
It'll
next
be
week.
next
Okay.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday.
Ooh.
Well, we'll be
Okay.
able to reconvene before that to make sure we need to be there.
Yeah.
Some things, so
Yeah.
we'll be here again.
We'll take some signs that says, sticks. Since you won't let us hang signs that
Shame
sticks.
on you, City
Yeah.
of Wichita.
I can't have signage at the club.
Like
I can't
You,
fix my
they just
buildings.
don't like you.
Yeah.
They're just
I'm-
picking on you. I think.
I don't know
Yeah.
why. You're a wonderful person.
I'm on the
so
city's
They really are,
blacklist,
yeah.
evidently. So
I was talking to a business client today who's actually, the property is physically in the Wichita city limits, but his jurisdiction is through Hayesville. And he's got a lot of the same issues,
Confusing.
that you're going through with different property rights and things he can and can't do that he was telling me about today. And I got to tell you, half of it made absolutely no sense.
well, like I said in a previous segment that we did on this show, I don't know where people go to school to get that stupid.
Right.
You cannot be that dumb naturally.
Right.
They're wondering why everybody goes to Derby to buy water heaters and you can't sell water heaters in the city of Wichita.
Right.
Well, because the city of Wichita, in their infinite wisdom here about 10 years ago or so, said that you can't install your own water heater. You have to have a licensed plumber do it. So everybody said, I put
Maybe
in
they
about,
know about this school of stupid that everybody went to, and now they're scared.
well,
That
that's
could be,
okay,
it will
but
be.
It's like, too
it's
many have
insane.
attended.
Yeah, it's like the
Can't
whole
let
idea of
them
wanting
do
to
that.
charge people for having an alarm system. They want to charge you $2 a month if you have an alarm system on business, and $1 a month if you have an alarm system
What?
on your residence.
Oh, I know. I have to pay 'em.
Because they're claiming that it costs the city money with the police answering false alarm charge calls, as
True story,
if
though.
we're paying our police department by the job.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
when did that
yeah.
happen?
I mean, they might have to do that. but
It's
that's part of
a
the
new
job.
commission-based
Yeah, it's
opportunity.
commission-based law enforcement.
Yeah, well, and that's in one of the cases he was talking about today. It was something to do with firewood, because one of the many things that they have available for the public to purchase is firewood. And Hayesville said it was a new ruling they had a few years back. It must be 6 inches off the ground.
Right.
Okay.
The
And-
firewood?
Yes.
Oh.
And so
For
they went and
termite
bought
control.
crates. Those. Oh, what am I thinking of?
Milk
Those.
crates.
No,
Shipping crates, those big,
Yeah, but they're only 4 inches.
the ones they
okay?
made that couch out of on Facebook.
Yeah, pretty much. I
Okay.
see all those crazy cool things they can make. Anyway, so the city came back and said, "Oh no, that's only 4 inches." And so they went back and forth. And he said, "I'll just go to Derby."
I'm gonna leave
and
that
so then,
one alone.
So then Hayesville was like, "Oh, okay, 4 inches is fine." Yeah. So
Well-
but I mean, he fought. I mean, I think it was a 6-month or more situation over 2 inches.
Well, that's what they do.
I'm like,
There's
I've
been
been
a
reading
lot
it.
of arguments through time over 2 inches. I'm just.
I was gonna
I'm
say,
telling you.
we're not gonna
I've been
get
written a
there.
ticket because the erosion made my fence taller than 6 foot.
Oh my god.
I wish
The
somebody
ground
would've
erodes
told me
away
when I'm
going to the
building my
river,
fence about
so now,
this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now
Yeah.
I can't open and shut my gate because I thought, I'm going to make sure it's closest to the ground because I did it. I'm a DIY.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you got out there and saw all the political folks. You're
I
still
did.
having fun with the city folks.
Well,
We had something special we kind of wanted to talk about.
Right. This month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Robin and I are sisters in survival.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we kind of wanted to touch that topic. Robin had something she wanted to read
Yeah.
for you.
Yep, this is from a very dear friend of mine, and this book is actually called The National Vote. Okay, and this is my autographed copy from Mr. Dallas D. Rose. And of course, he says, make sure you share this with someone that can make a change. And ever since he gave me this book about, 5 years ago, whatever it's been, I I just can't help but go to this very back part here, so I'm just going to keep this brief. We live in the greatest nation on earth, and yet our seniors have to decide whether to buy their medicine or their food for the month. We, the people, must let our legislators know we are aware of the fact that 2 of the 3 leading gateway drugs are known to kill us. Those drugs are legal because of taxation, while the 3rd illegal drug is being used for medical purposes. With the regulation and taxation of marijuana, the revenue generated throughout our triple tax system would pay for free medical prescriptions. Seniors and children of America would finally get the health benefits of free prescription drugs, from cough syrup to cancer treatment, whether they have insurance or not. A non-incriminating national vote is possible, and your vote is needed. This is something that I've been involved with, as you all know, for
And we
almost
feel
a
very
decade.
strongly about this.
I do.
Yeah,
I mean, this is
absolutely.
something that I've
I did not use your common method of treatment. I refused chemo. So I
did
feel
too.
very strongly that there are other options out there. And to just, I mean, how many times have you heard, really in comparison, the cancer killed him? Or have you heard the chemo killed them?
Right.
You know, and so, I mean, I feel very strongly, and that kind of leads us to one of our guests today. We have the Dr. Albers from the Wichita Pain Center. He will be our Spotlight Business today. And
There's a
so
huge
he's going to talk
pushback
about
on-
alternate methods of pain management.
Right. And then I went to, I've been there several times. I went to our Wichita Cancer Center, and of course you go there, and depending on, the doctor, the specialist that you get, I've talked to a couple of them there, and some of them will say, don't say I said, and I'm certainly not going to go on public record. I'd much rather get you on interferon or chemo or whatever. There's all these fun little things they want to get you on. But I have had a couple of them say, if you have access to, a medical grade cannabis oil, do it. But I can't ever get any of them to come on and state that.
I would agree with all of that, except the another entitlement for the seniors. One of the major problems I've got with the way the country runs right now is we have this mentality that because you've reached a certain age, everything should be given to you, instead of you spending your life to prepare for when you're after that certain age. And that's part of what's got the country hip deep in fertilizer right about now, is too much entitlement mentality. So while he has a good idea in the triple taxation and this, that, and the other, as soon as you say, well, free prescriptions for...
Well, that's
then
just based on the
immediately that
taxes
raises
that
a
they could
flag.
generate just by the income.
You don't think when you get older we should be taken care of?
I think you should make sure that you're taken care of when you're older
Okay,
on your own. I
I
don't think
agree.
it should be entitlement just because I
What
reached
if something
65.
astronomical like the economy crashes and wipes out everything that you've been planning for with years of planning?
Then
I mean, do you?
what is that different from now when I'm
That's what I'm saying.
40
It's
grand a
happened
month?
so much right now that we're seeing this. Don't you feel like
I
we
love
should
it.
help take
Just
care
because of
them?
their age? No.
No, he agrees with Z.
What about ability?
75 and out.
Does ability factor in? Let's say you're old as dirt. Sorry. Grandma.
Okay, hang on, guys. I got to take a quick break here. And our topic today is going to be parental alienation. We do have some guests coming in just a moment. Real people, real life.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
At Trailer Town, we're all about selection, service, and safety. Trailer Town Selection, hundreds to choose from, small to large, lightweight aluminum to heavy-duty steel, all types, new and used. Trailer Town Service, the best in the Midwest, from wiring to axle repair. Trailer Town Safety, yes, we do Department of Transportation inspections. Trailer Town, trusted, family-owned, 301 West 53rd Street North.
Credit King Auto Sales is getting better all the time. We're doing it better. We're doing it better all the time.
Credit King Auto Sales, the king of buy here, pay here. Bad credit, no problem. The King specializes in getting you in the ride you want, no matter the credit score. Credit King doing it better all the time with the largest selection to choose from in all price ranges at one location. The King's Corner, 31st Street South and Broadway. Kansas' biggest buy here, pay here. GoCreditKing.com.
Hammond Liquor, home of the coldest beer in town and the lowest prices store-wide. For all your special events, your friends at Hammond Liquor have what you need, from beer, wines, spirits, champagne, and more. Open till 8 p.m. every Sunday. Hammond Liquor, West Kellogg and Tyler Road. Hammond Liquor, home of the coldest beer in town and lowest prices store-wide, wants to remind you of very important savings days. Wine Day, Tuesdays get 20% off. Beer Day, Wednesdays get 10% off. Microbrews and imports. Open till 8 p.m. every Sunday. Hammond Liquor, West Kellogg and Tyler Road.
Welcome back once again. Real people, real life, Wichita, Kansas, America. And our topic today is parental alienation. Okay, and Fossa, this was kind of a show that's been important to you.
Right.
So tell me
it
a
was
little
brought
bit about
to my attention when I first read the word parental alienation. All I seen was the word alien. It kind of distracted me. I didn't know if that happened to everybody else. But I got to know Kristen, and she's kind of filled me in on the importance of this. Your full name is Kristen Ewert?
Yes.
Okay, and you're with which support group?
Kansans Against Parental Alienation, because in this state, there's not very many people that are even aware of what parental alienation is.
I wasn't.
Can you explain? Can you be our
Absolutely
our person to
so
explain
parental
right now?
alienation is a form of child abuse. Yes. It happens when one or both parents, usually in a divorce type setting, when they split apart, they may talk bad about each parent, saying your father is stupid, your mother is this or that, but it goes to more extreme forms, sometimes ending in the child's death.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Seriously.
I myself am a grown child who was alienated from her father. I was brainwashed. I have post-traumatic stress disorder and severe anxiety disorder from this. I have false memories. When I was 3 years old, my parents became divorced. And
keep each other strong, guys. Come on, I got faith
what the
in you.
support is for, actually.
Exactly. When I was 3, they got divorced, and my mother was losing the custody battle and decided to say that my father had raped me.
Oh!
For 12 years, we were on the run. She kept me from my father, from knowing any of that family, also any of her family, because we were estranged for so long. And I still cannot have a good relationship with either parent because false memories and things that I still am working through. And
it's a real topic, because after being described what parental alienation was and is considered, I realized this touched really close to home for me. And as a result of this, we've done a lot of self-reliance shows. I believe this leaves us lacking self-reliance as an adult. You don't get what you need, and even if they tried to show you, you don't take it for what it is face value, because automatically everything is discredited on both parts, correct? Like, you don't take either one at face value.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a result of them both, even if they don't necessarily lie, make up fabricated stories, just the badgering of each other, like the name calling and whatnot, makes you discredit both.
Well, and it's tying up our family court system.
I was wondering about that.
It is a serious problem in our family.
Yeah, it works both ways.
Now, now Jamie.
Yeah.
Okay, Jamie, and this is your son Trey, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you guys
for coming.
Thank you very much. How are you doing today?
Did you get out of school for this?
Yep.
Awesome!
Wave hi to your teacher. Who's your favorite teacher?
He's famous.
Hi, Miss Myers.
Hi, Miss Myers.
He'll accept autographs later.
Exactly. Well, Jamie, tell me a little bit.
I have been fighting the court system for many years. It started when my daughter was 4 and my son was 3. Right now, they live in Texas, and I have not seen them for over 3 years. I haven't had contact with them. I had to go to court and prove that I was a fit mother. I had proven that, but because of the court system, it wasn't enough. And we have the psychologist involved, we have counselors involved, and right now, I'm being held against I can't see my kids. I haven't had any contact. They're 16, 17, and 12. I have 3 kids.
Oh,
there has never been any reason why I couldn't see them. There's never been any harm to my kids. but because of how the system works and who you know and who has the most
and
money.
who has the most money, because it was my experience that they would, no matter how much I would retain the attorney for, they would keep it on continued until they'd eat it all up, and I would never get to see a judge.
I have gone.
My twins are now over age. They're of age, okay, but it was a divorce that took 5.5 years. Okay, it cost $37,000 on my part. Okay, and the end result was I just went ahead and let go of the tug of war rope because I seen there was too much damage being done. I wanted my children to have a normal life. It's horrible, isn't that horrible?
It is. I even reached out to my ex and said, "Hey, you know what? Let's be co-parents. You know, these kids
Same
need
here.
us." And I mean, he will not do anything unless through the court system. Right now, I have to get a psych evaluation and go through counseling. Why? I have no idea.
And that costs money, but do you think the motivation was that he did not want to pay child support?
No, I'm paying.
I know, but do you think his original motivation was that he thought he was going to have to pay you too much child support?
Well, for him, no, actually, no. His was, I will get you. That was his
it was a betrayal of you leaving him.
His words were says, "I will get you where it hurts, and that is I will take your children and I will make you pay."
Whoa.
And it's all about narcissistic.
Yeah, I agree.
And control factor.
But it goes on both parts. It can be
does.
the mother or the father doing it.
Definitely
It does
can
go
be.
both parts. I mean, the parents need to learn to shut their mouth. And because there's children involved. It's like this, my son right here.
Trey, how are you doing today, honey?
Good.
Doing good?
He was like, "What am I, chopped liver?" You said, you got 3 kids. You got 4, right?
4.
How old are you?
9.
9? Where do you go to school at?
Mulvane.
Mulvane. All right. What's your favorite thing at school?
PE.
PE? Oh,
You're
right
kidding me,
on.
right?
Really?
Mine was
Yeah.
lunch.
Okay, so what's your favorite thing to do in PE?
We usually play basketball, football, or we just,
I can see
or
you
we
being
run.
a football player for real.
Football, right on. Okay. What's your favorite subject? Math, science.
Science.
Girls.
Really? That is not a subject. Not till high school. Not till high school.
That's right. You
Now, don't listen to these two over here. Because, yeah.
We're got your best interest at heart.
You're on the guy's side.
Okay, yeah, right. So these are your older brothers and sisters, and you don't get to see them either? I'm sorry, sweetie.
That must be
sorry.
very. Being denied, that makes me want to cry. He's being denied
being
an
alienated
older
as
brother,
well.
an older sister. Those helps God, sculpt you into the human beings that you end up being.
He only knows what we tell him of the kids and what he can remember. Last time we seen him was in 2010.
4 years ago.
So you were 5.
And so we have pictures, and I had to get a mediation through mediation to get me pictures of my kids.
Okay, let me ask you ladies
Now
something.
you're also a victim, okay?
Yeah.
Just like him.
Yeah.
I mean, I consider us parents also the other parent a victim too, but you're a victim.
Yeah.
You actually suffered. How has this affected you with relationships of the opposite sex? You're
Good question. It has. I've always had serious trust issues. My reality at one time was told that it was false. Yeah. So it makes you question everything. Still to this minute, I'm questioning everything. Am I really here speaking about this right now?
Yeah.
Because this is so important to me that we'd like to stage a protest Topeka in front of the Family City Hall and get attention from our governor saying, hey, we need this declared as child abuse because it is on many levels.
It really is.
Now, the organization, give me the name of that again.
Parental Alienation Awareness.org is the big one throughout the country, and it's also it's not just national, it's international.
Yes.
Wow.
It's throughout Canada and the South Americas as well. Our locally here is Kansans Against Parental Alienation,
Okay.
and we'd
And
love
they
to
both
hear
have
from
a
anybody.
Facebook page.
Yes.
So you can go there, like the page, join.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you yourself are suffering or have issues that you're dealing with
Most
currently.
definitely, yes.
And we know things like how to file a motion on your own.
See, and that's
something-
important. That is
yes.
so important. There's so many people that don't make the move because they don't know what the move that they can make is.
And that so many people get lost in the court system because it gets so jammed up with all these false accusations. The person who can hold on to their lawyer the longest is the one who usually wins.
Hello, it's not about right, wrong. It's
No.
about
What happens
money.
when it's not a false accusation?
when it's not a false accusation, that's completely different.
It usually
When
comes
it's
to-
But
true.
how does that organization know the difference?
We don't. That's the thing. It's hard to weed that out. But when you hear people talk about the reasons why their children are taken away, and they're like, what did I do? I just lost the custody battle. They're not showing up for their scheduled visitations. What do? You take them to court. It takes about 6 months before you even get in front of a judge to really hear anything. So, at those times, there are ways to prove what you're saying really happened. You can keep a journal and show.
Yep, it's been my
Documentation
experience
is very
that
important.
Very important.
paperwork, you guys. I don't care how many people saw it. If it's on paperwork, that's what gets in front of the judge. That's what the judge reads. That's what he takes into account.
That's true.
Know your rights as a parent and make sure that you fulfill those rights.
Yes.
As in doctor's appointments. You are entitled to anything your child does in the doctor's office, you are allowed to know. Anything your child does at school, you are allowed to know. Get those reports. They can be extremely helpful in proving what's really happening. Teachers are a great resource to even talk to. If you're involved in your kid's school, it's very hard to say, I kept them out of their life because they were a terrible person. It's very hard to say.
Because you have other
people
people's testimony as to your behavior.
How are the teachers allowed to? I mean, if there's a court order, I'm just curious if there is a court order that says that this father or this mother or whatever the case may be cannot see this child.
They have to abide by it.
Then the teachers cannot talk to you.
Yeah, but that piece of paper doesn't usually exist. What it is they have co-parenting. They have what do you call it? One's residential, the other one's
non-custodial.
Yes.
Non-custodial.
Well, it's like I'm here in Kansas and my kids are in Texas. I do have a court order where I'm not allowed to have any conversation with my kids nor any
My goodness, he really did go hateful with it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about my kids unless he gives it up, and the only way he can give it up is take him to court. He will not do it outside of court.
Can I bring a little comfort to your heart? As soon as they turn 18, they are on that phone.
Well,
I'm telling you right now, as soon as they turn 18, they are on that phone.
My son, he slipped me a call, a text, and he said, hey.
Then you already know, as soon as he's of age, he's going to be right back.
Right. Well, and right now, the therapist that is seeing the kids refused to see me or meet me. And I'm like, why can you not see me or meet me to know what's going on with my kids? You're going by what this is being said. You got to have a full circle.
Well, it's very tough.
It's a lot.
I have to admit, this was something that FASA brought to me and said, I really want to do a show about this. And I was like, wait, I'm not really familiar with this. I am familiar with the fact that here in Wichita, especially, and mostly in Wichita would be where I would have to have the ability to talk. But our court system here is jacked up.
Drenched with false
and
frivolous.
Well, it's money. It's hands in pockets. That's
they
what
don't
it
see
is.
this as a crime. They don't see this as anything wrong with what's going on, and that's where
it's not been pointed out as a problem yet.
Yet.
Okay, that's what we're doing. And when we come back, the next segment, we're going to talk about it some more.
Yeah, I just want to take one quick minute and tell you ladies, thank you for being here. We're not done yet. And thank you, sir. Can you look in that camera and say we'll be right back?
We'll be right back.
All right, we'll be right back.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
At Economy Motors, we know that everything costs more these days. Gas costs more, utilities cost more, groceries cost more. But what's one thing that will not cost you more? Buying your next vehicle with us. Everything we have is priced $12,995 or under. Bad credit, no worries. No crazy gimmicks and no bait and switch. We keep it real. Economy Motors, home of Easy Pay. We've got your back.
Don't worry, please, don't worry, 'cause at Economy Motors, we got your back.
Knapp Weaponry is the home of Wichita's newest indoor temperature-controlled shooting range. Mention this ad for 2-for-1 pricing weekdays from noon to 4. Knapp Weaponry is an NRA Business Alliance member that offers NRA and state-certified instruction classes, training, and women's unarmed self-defense classes. We buy and sell new and used guns and offer gunsmith services. Knapp Weaponry offers a free range session with the purchase of a new gun. We also offer transfer services and an array of ammo. Knapp Weaponry, the West Side's best-kept secret.
Sal's Japanese Steakhouse, 6829 East Kellogg Drive. A Wichita tradition for awesome dining and always a great time. Enjoy our Monday to Thursday specials, including half-price chicken and shrimp dinners. Sal's is open 7 days a week. Come in, relax, and let us give you the treat of fine dining and good fun in a beautiful atmosphere. From our family to yours, Sal's Japanese Steakhouse, 6829 East Kellogg, Wichita, Kansas.
Hammond Liquor, home of the coldest beer in town and the lowest prices store-wide. For all your special events, your friends at Hammond Liquor have what you need, from beer, wines, spirits, champagne, and more. Open till 8 p.m. every Sunday. Hammond Liquor, West Kellogg and Tyler Road. Hammond Liquor, home of the coldest beer in town and lowest prices store-wide, wants to remind you of very important savings days. Wine Day, Tuesdays get 20% off. Beer Day, Wednesdays get 10% off. Microbrews and imports. Open till 8 p.m. every Sunday. Hammond Liquor, West Kellogg and Tyler Road.